There we go. Hey fellow backyard warriors, Nick here. Today we're going to be forging a flint striker out of a piece of rebar. Let's get started. Today I'm using a piece of 3/8 inch rebar to make our striker. I've already gone ahead and tested this. It's got a good spark pattern and it hardens, so I know that it's got a good amount of carbon in it. You want to make sure that you're not using mild steel, which some rebar is. So always test your steel before you use it, otherwise it won't throw any sparks when you strike a piece of flint. Now it's time to fire up the forge. Let's get forging. I'm going to start by folding over about 2.5 to 3 inches of the end, and then we're going to flatten it out. Okay, so now we're going to let it cool down. We're going to cut it down to size. So now I'm going to cut this section so that it's 3 inches long. So now I'm going to take this on my grinder and just clean off the ends. So now I'm just going to bring this down and close it up. So now I'm just going to let this cool down in air. I want to do this just to help normalize the steel so that the rest of the striker isn't brittle. Once this cools down, I'm going to bring it back up to the point where it no longer sticks to a magnet, and then we're going to be quenching just the striker end in water. So that's going to make it really brittle, but it's also going to help us throw good sparks. A good way to tell if it's hardened, and I can tell that it's hardened just by this color here, but if you take a file, you can hear how it sort of slides, whereas on this unhardened piece of rebar, it digs in and it cuts. So now I'm going to take this to the grinder and clean off the striking surface, and I'll get to show you another way of telling if this steel hardened or not. One thing you'll notice is that the flap sanding wheel will give off sparks, and that's a good way to tell if the steel is hard enough. The harder the steel, the more sparks. So I'll start off by grinding on this. Here's the flint striker all finished up. Let's see if it works. I've got some char cloth underneath my flint. I've got a sharp edge right here. Let's give it a shot. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed forging this along with me today. If you have any suggestions for other things you'd like to see me make, please let me know in the comments below. If you like what I'm doing, be sure to check out my channel for other videos like this, and I've also written several books on different topics, and I'll put links to those in the description below. And before I go, I'd like to give a huge thanks to everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. It's because of you that I'm able to continue doing videos like this. If you'd like to join the Patreon family and support the channel directly, I'll put a link to the Patreon page in the description below. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.